Alright guys, this is game 2. It's going to be on Tal'Darim Altar, and as you can see from the overlay, you're going to see that Ragnarok on Convergence Gaming has been knocked out by Keith Online in game 1. This game is going to be Keith Online versus Sasquatch. It's going to be on Tal'Darim Altar. This is the Blizzard version. It's going to be a Zerg versus Protoss. Of course, Flow Gaming's Keith Online going to be spawning over here as our yellow Protoss player. His opponent is going to be in the far bottom left-hand corner. His name is Sasquatch. Right before the match, he had to go find a tree that he could use for some business. And this match is going to continue up to possibly an 11th game, as you do have to knock out every single player on your opponent's team, and each team does get 6 players, just like in Pokemon. And of course, you saw our very nice looking overlay. Please let us know in the comments what you think about it. It was created by Reptile. You can find his stuff somewhere. I have to figure this one out. I think it's youtube.com/trgreptile. I hope that's correct. If it's not, I will post up a different one, make an annotation or something, saying that I completely forgot. And it looks like Keith Online going to be throwing up his pylon at the front. Very standard for a Protoss player on this map. Going to quickly go up to those 2 bases, and it's going to be up to our Zerg player to either throw up a ton of pressure or expand a ton and try to overwhelm the Protoss player in terms of economy and just the sheer number of units. Looks like Sasquatch is going to be going for his pool first. This will lead into a pretty fast base, as he has not grabbed the gas, so it will not be a Speedling opening. He will grab the Speedling upgrade a little bit later on. Looks like the Overlord's spreading out a little bit. Has our Zerg player scouted in here yet? I don't think so, yeah. Forge is coming up for Keith Online. I'm pretty sure that is walled off. Yeah. It is walled off. I don't think that gap is actually large enough for a Zergling, maybe a Broodling, but I don't think StarCraft 2 has that mechanic as of yet. 6 Zerglings popping out for Sasquatch. Very interesting here. Usually, the Zerg player is going to opt to build more drones as of this moment. I saw a cannon in the production queue, and I immediately said that word. Looks like the cannon is going to be finishing real soon, and the natural expansion on the way for Keith Online, going up to 18 of 18 food. Going to be needing a pylon in just a second to also help close this off a little bit. And there's the gateway on the way. Should be a pylon coming up next to help power everything that's going on here. And it looks like the Zergling is going to be headed to the north side to see if they can do any damage. Sasquatch has actually not found his opponent yet, so he has no idea what his opponent is actually doing. If it was like a 2-gate, I don't know, cheese in the middle of the map, he would not have known. There it is, the middle of the map. I think this location here is just not scoutable by those towers. Closing this off a little bit, Keith Online does have his Photon Cannon. He also has a second one warping in, as well as a second gateway. His natural expansion is just about to finish. The natural expansion done for Sasquatch and has begun mining. So the Cybernetics core coming up for Keith Online right now. He needs another pylon. I'm really curious. He's been supply blocked for about 2 whole minutes, but I guess it's part of his build. Looks like the Nexus finishing up and giving him the supply necessary, as well as another pylon being added right now. Does power this cannon twice to help that stay alive a little bit longer. Second gateway finishing up, and it will allow the production of a few zealots and maybe even a couple of sentries to help close this area off. And very nice response here from Sasquatch, taking a 3rd base very quickly to be able to get that economy up and running. He's also got the Zerglings out in the field. Like to see him try to nibble away those rocks at the 3rd base, because Blizzard really loves rocks. And they're just they really like them. They're even making them high definition rocks, HD rocks, for Heart of the Swarm. You get to see all the grass growing on it. It's going to be like a unit. And the Protoss unit, the Tempest, Some people called it a rock maker when it first came out. Good thing it's not a rock maker, but we know Blizzard really likes rocks, so eventually we may even see that. Sasquatch is getting up his third hatchery right now. We'll be getting some drones at that location, maybe a queen as well. We'll see if he decides to do that. Keith Online is going to be fighting a pretty uphill battle in terms of economy for the next few minutes, especially when his Zerg opponent starts droning really heavy. 10 Zerglings coming out right now, no doubt to clean up those rocks at that 4th base to be able to get that huge Zerg economy and just possibly even overrun this front. Warp Gate research coming up for Keith Online, as well as the ground weapons level 1. Going to be doing a pretty strong 2-base push off of this right now. I can't imagine anything else being the case, especially with this upgrade being produced right now. He's also going to be throwing down a couple of extra gateways in the backside, getting that Warp Gate research up. The Zerglings are checking out all the towers, making sure that he has vision over everything. And yeah, there's that tiny little patch that's actually not visible by any of the towers. I guess if you placed gateways over here, it still would be visible. All you need is like a tiny little edge of a gateway, and you do see the entire thing. Overlord going to be scooting over to this side as well. Twilight Council coming up for Keith Online, so he's going to be going for a blink play. We'll see if he's able to blink across here anywhere. He is also getting a robo facility, so I'm curious to see what exactly he's trying to do here. He is getting the blink right now. I think he'll be able to use that to hop up and down this cliff over here. Zerglings now cleaning up those rocks, almost gone here into the red health. We also have the 3rd base grabbing the gas over there. Not quite having the lair on the way just yet. Oh, never mind. He does have a pretty quick lair. He will be able to get out those roach upgrades. I was just about to talk about those roaches, but he is getting the melee +1 as well as no carapace as of yet. Blink is about halfway complete. His +1 ground attack is also done. Keith Online is going to be gearing up to do a pretty strong push here. He hasn't moved out to take these rocks out yet. Not sure why Sasquatch is actually helping his opponent take a 3rd base right now. He does have that Zergling just nibbling away over there. He's going to be pretty pissed about that later on if that costs him the game, but it looks like Keith Online is now moving out across the field. A couple of Zerglings will get picked off here. That tower will be controlled by the Protoss player now. And Blink is just about to finish. 2 additional pylons coming out. +1 ground carapace also on the way. 26 to 30 Zerglings in the production queue right now. Sasquatch is going for mutas, so he's saving up quite a bit of gas right now. He will be able to get those up pretty quickly, especially off of those 4 bases. He just needs to hold this attack off, and he'll be in such a strong position. He's got all of those Zerglings out in the field right now, going to be doing a very nice flank here, and the force fields are going to have to be perfect here. It looks like he did force out a couple of extra force fields. There is a War Prism here, going to be doing some harassment as well. It looks like going to be using that as a proxy pylon since he wasn't able to get out onto the field earlier. And a ton of Zerglings here, 6 mutas on the way. It looks like a little pickup up of Zealots will be headed for the main base to be able to do some damage. Sasquatch looking like he may do a counterattack. He's also picked it down these rocks to about half health. And Keith Online now getting in here with his War Prism, going to be headed into the main. The first 12 mutas are going to be spawning, and FG Tricky going to be doing a little bit of lag action. The Zerglings are going to be surrounding from the backside. Force fields going down, very nice force fields there. Looks like Keith Online is ready to do a ton of damage. The Zealots also getting into the main, going to be doing quite a bit of damage. The mutas are going to be trying to chase after that Warp Prism. Looks like no, they're not going to go for it. The natural expansion is about to fall. Force fields need to go down. Nice force fields there. Guardian Shield as well. More great force fields there coming down. All of those Zerglings are being denied from actually attacking this army. Sasquatch is being dealt a ton of damage, but it looks like this Protoss army is just a little bit too small, and the Zerglings getting the surround will be able to clean that up. A nice warp into the main. Keith Online is going to be able to clean up the main as well. A lot of drones have actually been transferred or fallen. The natural expansion is very well saturated there, and a ton of warp-ins into the main, actually doing a ton of damage. Keith Online killing 20 workers right now. and it looks like a couple of stalkers here getting surrounded. No blink coming out for Keith Online. Looks like the War Prism did get focus fired, but it looks like all of these production facilities will take a lot of damage, if not just go down. All of these tech structures as well. There's even a Spire here researching the +1. Keith Online has done a surprisingly huge amount of damage here, and Sasquatch falling down to 65 food, the blink being used, just lagging a little bit there, and the Zealot's going to be continuing to slice and dice everything here. Looks like a couple of Zerglings spawning. The +1 is about to finish. Is there any damage being dealt over here? No, looks like just a couple of Stalkers being warped in to deal with any sort of Zergling or Muta counterattack. Zergling's trying to get back in here, but there are so many Zealots available for Keith Online. He's banking so much money right now, and he's also microing his heart out right now. The Muta's engaging those Stalkers. The Zealots trying to do the best amount of damage. The Zergling's doing a ton of damage to those Stalkers as well. Keith Online is going to be able to come down here and possibly, nope, not be able to pick off a Queen. The Zealots getting chased around over here. Keith Online can probably send those over to the natural expansion and do a ton more damage, maybe even spread it out to this base. And Keith Online pushing out once again with a ton of Stalkers. Sasquatch at 52 food. A couple of cannons coming up for Keith Online, and GG out of Sasquatch. Keith Online taking it for Flow Gaming once again, knocking out another player from Convergence Gaming. Let's take a look at that little roster there. 2 players from Convergence have been knocked out. They're 4 players away from elimination, and we're going to be headed to the next game on Crossfire. Of course, a GSL version of the map does change the map shape just a little bit to allow certain races a little bit better advantages on that map. So we'll see you guys on Crossfire for Flow Gaming versus Convergence Gaming Week 4 of the American Pro League Pokemon style King of the Hill.